customers that will taste your product, enjoy it, and then refer you to other customers so that they can come and buy from you. Okay, hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today, as you can see by the title, I'm going to share with you how to start your tombrown business this year, okay, and succeed in it. Okay, I'm going to share with you how to start your tombrown business. And as you know, every business, if you are to start it, you are supposed to have some knowledge in it, right? You are supposed to know how to go about it before starting that particular business. Okay, so if it is something that has to do with a service, you have to know how to deliver the service to your customers. And if it is a product, you have to know how to produce it. Okay, so here in this case, tombrown production, you really have to know how to produce it. Okay, if you don't, you want to start in large quantities, then you have to look for people that can actually produce the tombrown for you. Okay, you have to look for people that can produce it, and not just any tombrown, the tombrown that somebody will eat today and then look for you tomorrow to get it. Okay, they will look for you to buy the tombrown for you. You have to get people that can produce that kind of tombrown for you. Okay, so that is the first point. If you don't know how to prepare it, get people, or you can learn, okay, how to prepare it, and then you get the people, and then they will help you in the production process. Okay, so that is the first one. I'm not going to talk much about any of these points because I already have a video, similar video on this channel. This is just something to spice it up. Okay, so if you learned how to produce the tombrown, or if you have gotten people that can produce the tombrown for you, the next step for you to be able to start this business is the capital. Okay, if you're producing it yourself, you need to know how much is involved. How much do you need to actually start this business? Okay, if you're buying it from somebody, or if somebody is producing it for you, you need to actually know how much is involved. Okay, how much are you going to, put into it? How much money capital do you need to actually start the business? That's the second thing you have to know. Okay, so if you're preparing it yourself, the cost of the ingredients is very, very important. The cost of fuel to actually toast it, in the cereals you have to toast them, so the cost of the fuel, the charcoal, or the firewood, whatever, even if it is electricity that you are going to use to toast the cereals, you have to know how much is involved. You have to plan it. Okay, it's not something you just start all of a sudden, unless you are starting it very small like I did, and progressively develop or grow. Okay, so then you can actually start small. Okay, so no matter the amount of capital you are having, okay, whether you have a lot of money to start with or small capital, you can actually start production of tombra. Okay, so in Ghana right now, I think you can start tombra production with at least 500 Ghana cedis. Like 500 Ghana cedis, you can start tombra production, like everything, buying the cereal, the production process, the packaging, everything. You can actually start it with 500 Ghana cedi, whichever part of Ghana that you are, just that you are going to have a small quantity of Tom Brown to start with. Okay, so yes, the capital is very, very important. In large quantities, it's going to be capital intensive. Okay, but if you are just starting small, it's going to be actually 500 Ghana cedis can start it. Okay, so the next you should be aware of target market. Who are you going to sell the Tom Brown to? Okay, not the customer per se, but who are you targeting? That will actually tell you the type of Tom Brown to produce. You get right, the type of Tom Brown to produce. Let's say that you are targeting mothers with babies. Okay, if you are trying to win your baby from breast milk, and you need something at all that is very nutritious for the baby, that can help in the growth of the baby, Tom Brown is something that you should go for. Okay, to tell you the type of ingredients mix that you are going, cereal mix that you are going to put together to produce that Tom Brown for the children. Okay, I have a 10 cereal mix Tom Brown recipe on this same channel. I have the 4 cereal mix Tom Brown recipe on this same channel, and I also have the 6 cereal mix Tom Brown. All have different ingredients. Okay, and the taste and the purpose is actually very different. Different altogether. Okay, so yes, you have to know your target market. Okay, that is the third point. And the fourth point is, how are you going to get your customers? Okay, just like we mentioned, the target audience, how are you going to get them? Are you going to like advertise But is it word of mouth? They always say that word of mouth, right? Are you going to advertise by word of mouth? Are you going to share your products, market testing? Are you going to share the product to people for them to actually try it and see if it is nice or not? Like, just find your marketing strategy. Anything at all that is going to work for you, you have to try it. And then if it's working for you, continue with that, okay? And are you going to be doing it, selling it online, okay, on a website, on WhatsApp, on where TikTok? You make content about it, and all that. All is part of the marketing strategies, how to get the customers, okay? You can make content of your Tom Brown and then post it online, okay? You can do all that to get your customers. You have to have the knowledge of how to get your customers, okay? That's another way to start this Tom Brown business, okay? You have to put that at the back of your mind and plan it well. The next point you have to know, if you're actually doing it in very large quantities, okay, there is something that you need to know, because sometimes Tom Brown has these two major problems if you are into Tom Brown production. The first is sometimes your Tom Brown will, if you keep it for long, your Tom Brown is going to have a weird smell. Okay, it's going to have some weird smell. The aroma, your Tom Brown, original Tom Brown aroma is going to be lost, and you are actually going to have some smell that you won't be able to use it anymore. That's a problem for those who are producing Tom Brown in large quantities, okay? And also, the second problem is that sometimes your Tom Brown, there can be weevils, some insects in it, okay? And sometimes when you produce the Tom Brown, when you use it for the porridge, it's not actually going to taste nice, okay, because you have stored it for a longer period of time, okay? So what you need to do is that if you are starting this business, you need to tell yourself, are you going to be producing in large quantities, or is going to be in small quantities? And if it's in small quantities, of course, you are going to sell them before the next batch is ready, okay? And if it is in very large quantity, you're going to produce in very large quantity, then you have to take some measures. I have a video of how to keep your Tom Brown for long, okay? I have a video in this same channel. I'll link it below in the description box below. But then I can just mention a few to you. Of course, you need to know the ingredients that you are adding into the Tom Brown in order for your Tom Brown to last. If you don't actually pair the ingredients or the cereals very well, you're actually going to have your Tom Brown not lasting long, okay? And yeah, the process of making it is also very, very important. If your ingredients are not well dried and the processing is not well done, of course, you are not going to have your your Tom Brown powder lasting longer, okay? So yes, you have to take note how to actually keep your Tom Brown for longer periods if you are producing it in large quantities, okay? And the next point is what? Packaging, okay? So even if you have a small production, if your Tom Brown is like, you are starting in a small production, okay, packaging is very important. It doesn't matter the quantity you are going to produce. Packaging is very, very important for you, okay? I must let you know, some people just produce Tom Brown. Well, when I was starting, I started putting in nylon rubbers, okay? But then, yes, that's the starting point. You actually start storing it or packaging in nylon rubbers. If you are having small capital to start with, you can start with the nylon rubbers. Like, I started mine with less than 200 Ghana cedis as at 2023. Okay, as at 2023, I started with less than 200 Ghana cedis. That is when my business in Tom Brown started, okay? So, yes, you have to take the packaging very, very serious. And of course, if you are doing it in large quantities or if you are doing in small quantities, the packaging is important. If you can afford, if your capital is in a way that can be able to get your packaging right, do it the best that you can, okay? Package it, seal it, okay? Just seal it. If you don't have money to even go and start a food and drug board and all those authorities thing, no worries, just starting in small quantities. As time goes on, you can actually get the permission and get all those things from the food and drug board, okay? And add those label and the important notice, your location, your contacts, everything on the packaging, okay? Everything on the sticker, and label it on your package, on your Tom Brown, whether it's in a rubber, the Ziploc bags, whether it's in these rubbers that you can seal it, or whether it's in containers. Your packaging has to be right. It has to be presentable. It has to be something that it can be taken outside. If you're producing it in large quantity too, you can get orders that you have to send them outside the country, okay? People in the US, UK, Canada can be interested in your tombrown, okay, so yes, you have to package it very well that somebody can actually export it. You can actually export it to other countries, you understand. That is if you are doing in large quantities. Well, I forgot to mention this, which is the pricing. It's actually very, very important. Okay, it's very important pricing. So you don't know how to price your tombrown. Let me tell you one thing. There's no harm in copying. Okay, look at your competitors. There are some people that are actually into this business first before you, right? Just check their pricing, and that's not the first to start. But then you have to look at the amount that is involved. You are going to include your cost of production. You are going to include the cost of ingredients, the cost of production, labor. If you are hiring people to come and help you toast, you're going to pay them. All that is going to be considered, okay, before you see how you are going to price your tumbler, okay. So yes, if like you are hiring people to come and do the toasting for you, how much you are paying them for, let's say, one bag of cereal, okay. If you are doing like 10 bag of cereals, that's in large quantity, of course. Or if you are, just look at how much you are paying them and make sure that you include it into your pricing, so that at least if those all those things are taken out, you'll be able to have something. And something like one third of the whole amount that is spent should be your profit. That is my idea of how to get profit, okay. So let's say that you've used 300 Ghana cedis to the whole thing, 300 or 3,000 Ghana cedis in the whole production. You should be having take home profit 1,000. You understand? If you are using 3,000, you should be able to make a profit of 1,000 Ghana cedis, which is actually not very bad. It's not very bad, because for the time being that I started, for the time that I started my tumbler production and I was doing it in large quantities, I made sure that at least I have one third of the amount that I use in the production as my profit. Okay, if I use 3,000 Ghana cedis, I have 1,000 Ghana cedis as my profit. It's okay, and I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, it's not even necessary for you to reduce the price. Okay, just make sure that you are preparing the best thing, and no matter the price, people are actually coming to buy from you. They will buy from you if you have a very nice product. Okay, make sure that you are producing your tumbler that people will come to you and buy. They will come back. They will refer people. That's the kind of customers that we are all looking for, right? Customers that will taste your products, enjoy it, and then refer you to other customers so that they can come and buy from you. Okay. So I actually don't want this video to be very long. If you have any question about Tombrown production, Tombrown business, or any business at all that you want me to research and come and talk to you about, please comment below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.